The man hurriedly walks away and drops his money. A little girl sitting nearby picks it up and runs after him, shouting loudly, "Uncle, uncle, you dropped your money." The man smiles, takes the money, and thanks her. The girl says in a calm tone, "Be more careful next time." The man smiles and says, "How about this? I'll give you a few hundred yuan as a thank you." The girl refuses and says, "My mother says helping others is a good thing." The man smiles and says, "Your mother has raised you very well." "Little girl, what's your name?" The girl replies, "My name is Sinian." The man says in surprise, "Sinian? That's a beautiful name." The girl says calmly, "My mother says she is waiting for my father to come back, so she named me Sinian." The man asks, "Your father is coming back? Doesn't he live with you?" The girl explains, "I've never seen my father since I was born." The man asks in shock, "And your mother?" The girl points ahead and says, "My mother is right over there." The man says, "Let me take you to your mother, okay?" They walk over there together. When they reach the woman, the girl calls out to her mother. The mother asks lovingly, "Sinian, where were you playing? You're all sweaty." The man looks at the woman in shock and says, "Mong Meng, you?" The mother gently says, "Sinian, go play over there. Mommy needs to talk to this uncle." After the girl leaves, the woman looks surprised and says, "Yang, it's been a long time." The man replies calmly, "Yes, it's been about 8 years since we last met. I never thought you already had such a grown daughter." The woman hesitates and asks, "Who is she?" The man places his hand on the girl's shoulder and says, "She is my girlfriend." The woman says softly, "Oh, so she's your girlfriend. Yang, your taste is still good. Your girlfriend is very beautiful." The man says proudly and loudly, "My taste has always been good. Honestly, even better than yours. I always thought after we broke up, you would marry some rich and powerful man and live a luxurious life. If your mother hadn't demanded a 200,000 yuan bride price back then, maybe our lives would be completely different and we would still be together. But now seeing you here working with a child, it seems your husband isn't very capable either. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to work so hard." The woman says angrily, "Yes, my child's father really isn't very capable, but that doesn't give you the right to mock me or insult me. Do you have anything else to say? If not, take your girlfriend and leave. I need to get back to work." The man tells his girlfriend to leave with him and walks away. After a few steps, he suddenly stops, turns back slowly, and says, "Meng Meng, is that all? We spent years together. Seeing you like this, I can't bear it. I have some money. Take it as compensation." The woman snaps back, "I don't need your charity." The man calmly says, "Meng Meng, what? You're still the same as before. If you don't care about yourself, at least think about your child. Take the money." He forcibly puts the money into her hand and gently says, "If you ever need money in the future, come to me without hesitation. My company is Yang Group. I'll help you as much as I can." Then he turns to his girlfriend and says, "Let's go." Watching him leave, the woman says sadly, "Actually, Sinian is your daughter." Sometime later in the office, the secretary enters and says, "Boss, I've brought everything you asked for." The boss replies seriously, "All right, go back to work." After the secretary leaves, the man looks at the items and mutters, "These are all the things she gave me back then." He opens a box and reads a letter. As he reads, memories of the child's words come back to him, followed by the woman's words, "No matter how useless my child's father is, you have no right to mock me or insult me." The man immediately leaves the office and starts searching for the girl in the park. The girl sees a child playing in the park and quickly walks up to her and asks, "Sinian, how old are you?" The girl calmly replies, "I turned 7 this year." Hearing this, the man becomes emotional and says, "I am your father, Sinian." The girl asks in shock, "Are you really my father?" The man replies calmly, "Yes, I am truly your father." "Sinian, can you take me to your mother?" The girl nods and starts walking him there. Behind them, the secretary calls out, "President Yang, this is the property certificate you requested. Please take care of it." The man takes the documents and signals the secretary to leave. The girl takes the man to her mother and says, "Mom." The mother hugs her daughter lovingly and says, "Sinian, come here quickly." And she looks up at the man in shock and asks, "Why are you back again?" The man says softly, "Meng Meng, today while I was sorting through the things you gave me, I found this." The woman replies seriously, "Does it still matter?" The man suddenly gets emotional and raises his voice, "Yes, it matters. It's the most important thing in my life. You were pregnant at that time and hid such a huge truth from me. Why didn't you tell me earlier? You have to tell me the truth now. Sinian is my daughter, isn't she?" The woman angrily shouts back, "So what if she is? So what if she isn't? What's the point of talking about it now? You already have a new girlfriend anyway." The man explains, "She's not my girlfriend. She's actually my secretary. I only said that to make you jealous. Meng Meng, all these years, it's always been only you in my heart." The woman asks in disbelief, "Really?" The man says seriously, "Yes, it's true. This is the letter you wrote me years ago. Do you remember what it said?" The woman replies with a painful voice, "Of course I remember. Every single word, every sentence of that letter is carved into my heart. If you don't have money, I'll support you. If you're scared, I'll support you. I don't believe in marriage, but I believe in you." The man says regretfully, "Meng Meng, all these years, I hurt you and our daughter. Please forgive me. By the way, Meng Meng, I bought a house in the city under your name. Will you accept being the owner of that house?" The woman cries and says, "Yes, from now on, Sinian Nian will also have a father. And she tells the girl see Nian call him dad. The little girl lovingly says, Dad, friends, sometimes in the race of pride and money, we leave behind the relationships that are our real wealth. Yang got his love and his daughter back, but those 8 years can never be returned the years the child spent without a father's presence. Decisions made in anger and ego often become lifelong regrets. We should always value time and relationships with a sincere heart because life is very short and we may not get another chance like this again.